Okay, so let's start. Hello everyone, this is Studio Photography Insights, Hangout with Dave Nietzsche, and well, I can go Don Weaver. Hi Don.
Hey Alex,
Jerry Nielsen,
Hi.
Mike Broderick, No Katz, and Ron Gibbs so far. It's like, I don't know, like I said on the post, the most active participants guide. It's like we're doing this stuff together. I like it. So
Your camera looks much better tonight.
yeah, like I said, I upgraded internet.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I got new modem just today, and it's supposed to be faster.
So same camera then?
Yeah, same camera. It wasn't actually. It was exactly the same camera as Ron using. It's a Logitech C whatever 910. My problem, like Dave said, it was uplink speed. I just measured it, and you know what I did? Maybe actually, guys, Dave, maybe it will help to you. I'm not sure about your router supports it or not, but you can reserve bandwidth, you know, for specific type of streams. What I did, I reserved like 50% for video or audio streaming. So regardless of activity, I always will be getting at least 50% of my stream just for video broadcast. It's uplink. Download, it's fine. Usually it's upload where it's bottleneck. So you can go to your router and check if it has this.
Yeah, it's usually called QoS, or Quality of Service.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so assignment was the kind of what it was, some free shot of what you're passionate about.
Yeah, it's sort of just a free study, but just let the picture sort of have some form of a story to it.
Yeah, it was really interesting because I see so many different, you know. Well, let's see. I didn't do any like I usually do. Let me come back here. I didn't put images in specific folder. I will just go through topics on the forum because it will be interesting to see lighting setups and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Here we are. We'll go from the bottom to the we'll go other way. First time we'll go through images who are attending Hangout right now. First, right? Because it's make no sense if you won't have time to go through all of them. So who I see? Ron. Let's start from Ron. Ron Gibbs. Okay. So here's our final image.
Go down even farther.
Oh, is it not final yet?
Well, that was my final, but go down even farther.
Oh, I see.
You mentioned something.
Oh, right. Okay.
A couple people mentioned something.
Yeah. So this kind of final, right? It's at least adjusted. You add some shadows. Okay, I see. Well, I did notice it. Sorry. I didn't see it first time.
I didn't expect you to notice. It was only put up about an hour ago.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, shadows. You know what kind of shadows I was talking about?
Drop shadows, probably.
Yeah, shadows on the bottom.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit the lighting. It would have been totally wrong for the lighting. All the pieces themselves aren't lit. Mm-hmm. They don't have the right shading to have drop shadows on the bottom.
Yeah. First two kind of almost fine because it has light from the right.
Right and left.
Bruno, we need to mute you, or I mean, it's too much noise coming. Bruno, make sure. Okay. Thank you. So probably, yeah, two lights right lights for two items on the right, and the green one has light from the left. Yeah, I see. Well, it's anyway cool shot. I like colors. I like the idea, and what I really don't like the word. Really.
Oh yeah, well.
I even kind of closing it when I look. I use my hands to cover it, really to.
Yeah, I was just trying to get the colors back into the same logo they had.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with my 3D program.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun. That's cool. Dave, what do you think? It's, I don't know.
Sort of a neat shot. I mean,
yeah.
It's colorful. It's vibrant. Don't really know what sort of a story I'm getting from it. But just as far as commercial work, it's cool. I think even though it wouldn't be correct lighting-wise, I think at least the slices in the front probably could use a drop shadow instead of a back shadow. I think it just might add a little bit more symmetry to the piece, but I don't know. I'd have to see it to really make that call.
Yeah, I had actually, if it had been my druthers, what I would have done is I wouldn't have used shadows at all. I would have used reflections. I often use reflections in the place of shadows. The problem was I'd already taken down and gotten rid of the limes and the actual pieces, and because they're stacked on each other, I couldn't get a rear shot to make the reflection proper.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I found
I hate shadowed reflections that are put in that are just a pure mirror of the image.
Exactly, and this couldn't have been because they're stacked. You have to have them the right way. So I threw in the towel on that, said I can't do that, so I'll throw shadows on.
Yeah.
You know, Ron. Oh, I think it's with those shadows you did. I like this image better, really.
Well, the problem was I tried to put the shadows where they belong based on the lighting,
Mm-hmm.
and because the lighting would have been from the lower right and the lower left. Actually, not lower, but front left and front right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe you're right. But those pieces, is it for garlic or it's exactly for the lime and like
Lemon, lime, and orange. They make 3 presses.
Okay, so it's press for those guys. Okay, I see
Yeah.
now. Because I probably never seen such presses before, and I didn't really realize what it's for. I see now.
I found the yellow one in my wife's kitchen drawer upstairs and said, these are cool. And I went online and I found that you could get the orange and the lime one also, so I ordered them and then decided I'd shoot all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Like the bright colors.
I see. Yeah, colors are cool, and especially on that background. That's cool. Okay, let's jump to the next one. Thank you, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, let's find yours. No.
You have to go back, I think.
Yeah, right. I got this mouse, that Magic, whatever they call it, and I started, sliding my, but now I don't, here in studio I have a different mouse, so I was trying to slide it and it doesn't work. Why didn't you see it?
I think Steve was toward the bottom, actually.
He's below mine, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Zanya just told me that she doesn't see my video. I'm wondering, do we broadcast or not?
Where do you broadcast?
I didn't see it. Steve, where are you?
There is a second page, Al.
There it is, right. He was right there. He's one above the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Third from the bottom.
Two up.
Okay, found.
There we
Sorry,
go.
my head.
Oh, he just dropped out, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, where'd he go?
He just dropped out. He was there a second ago.
Yeah, maybe he went out to check if he broadcast or not. I don't know.
Well, I got you broadcasting on my other screen, Alex.
Oh, so did you try or not? Or are you going to try?
I have tried.
And it's fine?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, that's good. So it's probably good that Zhenya couldn't see me because she's not eating my the channel. Yeah. So okay, so here is Steve. It's funny, on Steve images it's always QuickTime. It JPEGs, but when he put into the blog, it's QuickTime which opens it. I don't know how it's possible, but it's only Steve's images. So cool shot. A little bit about technical stuff. What I see maybe can be improved here. Too much backlight. I see that even color balance, the skin tone is not really right, but it's not probably because color balance is wrong. But I see this exactly same kind of thing when I have too much backlight and camera sensor become kind of behave strangely. So probably it should be less than this in real life and in real shot, less lighting, but maybe in post-production you can always make it completely bright. What else? The lens on that, how you call it, aiming device, I forgot.
Scope.
Scope, right. On the scope, you know, would be cool to have that lens reflection like we see sometimes on the just camera lenses, nice colored, some kind of reflection. So probably, Steve, if you can put some reflector or anything to get that reflection in the lens, it will be not like a black hole, almost black hole. We see a little one, but it's too dark for me. So looking at your lighting setup, maybe this frontal light can be positioned differently. Still work as a front light, but cast some reflection on that lens. Well, other than that, it's nice. I mean, nothing to say about it. Dave, what do you think?
Well, the psycho in me wants the gun pointing at the lens. You know, sort of straight at me, which is sort of cool. It's always good to see somebody who actually knows how to shoot a gun and he doesn't have his left eye closed, which is good. But if it was pointing directly at me, then the left eye would also be pointing directly at me. Might make for a pretty cool shot and make people sort of squeamish also, which I always love. So. Yeah, and maybe just well, you know, like you said, Alex, turn on the background lighting a little bit, maybe just a little bit more in the front, and also, yeah, get some sort of a glint off of the scope. But cool shot, I like it. It has a lot of personality to it too.
What I really like that big kind of strip boxes do-it-yourself one. How do you do them? Steve, what is that? I see that it's like a paper, just a roll of paper. I mean
Well, it's like really thin cardboard.
I see.
I rolled it around the light and I taped it around it, so there's not much light coming out from it, but it does a nice softbox.
Yeah.
Those are just continuous lights; they're not strobes.
Yeah, continuous. There's 200 watts bulbs in there.
Oh, okay. Just at the one end, I see.
What kind of bulbs? Is it just a tungsten? I mean,
yeah.
Oh, how did you balance? Oh, looks like, did they really play a role in this shot? I mean, how did you balance the white balance from the strobe, which is probably like 6K, and 3000K from those?
I have color correction gel in front of the strobe.
Oh,
and on top of it, I had the Stofan diffuser and my softbox on top of it too. So it was just to give some rim light on the end of the barrel.
I see. And it was relatively long exposure, right?
Yeah.
The shutter speed, I mean.
1/1.3 seconds, I think.
I see.
And how did you light the background? Is that coming from the other side? Is that a diffuser?
No, that was the same two lights that are on each chair. They're pointing right at the background.
Oh, I see.
Ooh.
So
it's like a hollow. There's no cap at the end of those, so
no. It acts like a snoot.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It's like a snoot, but it still shows through the sides too.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
It acted as a dual purpose.
Is that white reflector or silver?
That's white.
White, okay.
Nice. Okay, let's go to the next. Mike. Okay, see Mike. So we'll jump Mike. Okay, Mike. Missed it. Missed it. That's cool shot. It's really cool shot. And yeah, sorry about your phone. I read the description. That's cool. What I would probably, if it's possible, well, it's possible in post-production to balance the color on the screen, the front screen, and the color outside. I know it's different. That's why it's kind of bluish, but still, to make that kind of impression that it's almost transparent. But yeah, it's real. It was a real shot on the phone, which is pretty cool. What else? Dave, any ideas? What can we do here? I mean, because I kind of like it as it is.
Yeah. So do I. I like this a lot when I was looking at it. God knows I'm all for shoving things into phones. So definitely a cool image. And I don't know if I balance the screen to the background. I think the difference makes it sort of cool. Also makes it more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kept it that way on purpose because of that. I wanted to kind of show it was like on the phone screen.
Yeah, that's a cool shot. I like that one a lot.
I'm wondering why it's a little bit, what kind of lens? It probably was wide lens, because the phone itself a little bit not straight, I mean the sides of the phone. It's, what kind of focusing, what lens was?
No, I just, oh, you mean,
it's a little bit like...
Canon camera was a 24-70.
24-70, and what it was focal length on the shot?
Probably about halfway. I don't remember right now. I can look it up.
Yeah, because it's fine. It looks, maybe it's just illusion, but it looks like perspective is changed on the phone. But well.
Yeah, I did have a little bit of an angle coming down, kind of shooting up at it a little bit. So that's probably why you see that the bottom's a little wider than the top.
I see. Yeah, we can show the real. Oh, okay, it's not showing here. Anyway, very cool shot.
Thank you.
Thank you for submitting it. Okay, no. Oh, Jerry, why I jumped? Oh, I don't know why I jumped. Oh, Jerry. Okay, you'll be next.
Okay.
Well, this is probably great product shot. No, it's really, I like the lighting. The background is in the post, right? It's Photoshop background.
I did that post, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, actually, did you try to do it? I'm wondering, did you try to shoot it on the real background like this with like spotlight?
I did. I actually did this last night. I was running out of time, and I instead of trying to shoot a gradient on the back, I thought, going into the studio, I knew I was going to do it in post. So.
Oh, okay. So you didn't even. I see.
Yeah.
Well, very good lighting. Maybe just like a simple catalog type of product shot. By the way, is that what you really passionate about?
Yeah, I actually do like mountain biking quite a bit, and the weather's nice, so I'm going to be doing it this weekend. So, and that's the helmet I actually wear. I just haven't crashed yet with it, so I thought I'd take advantage of it being clean and scratch-free.
I see.
It won't stay like that forever.
Yeah, it's funny that kind of little. First I thought it's all scratches on the top of it, but then I found that it was like real texture, whatever.
Yeah, there's a graphic across. I don't know if it's painted or what. It's just kind of in the plastic.
I see.
And then I have it set up so you can see the logo of the manufacturer there.
Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
Nice shot. I really don't know what can be said about it. The lighting is great. I like it a lot. Because I know what this assignment was for and everything, I took a look at it and knew it had to be biking of some sort, whether it just be, touring or mountain or whatever. My thing is always trying to sort of let the picture explain it itself. So if somebody looked at it, they would know that that isn't just a product shot. It's actually something that you like doing or something you want to tell people, that kind of thing.
I would have loved to have like a splash of mud or something behind it. That actually would be kind of cool, I think.
Well, a friend of mine named Mike Malloy is a great conceptual photographer. He's real passionate about mountain biking also. And he propped up his mountain bike. So you got the perspective of the front wheel, the handlebars, a little bit of the frame, but it's mostly just the wheel, or the front wheel. And he covered the wheel in like water and mud and stuff, and spun it and clicked the shutter.
Oh,
So
wow.
there was just water and mud flying everywhere. And I always thought that was a cool picture. Of course, he spent 4 hours cleaning his camera after it, but he got some really cool pictures that way. So it wasn't just a picture of the mountain bike. It gave a little action to it, sort of showed what Mike goes through when he goes out riding, that kind of thing. And that picture always stuck with me. He shot that a lot of years ago, but great photographer. It's a neat setup too.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool that you post it up. It's really well, it's helpful, and I like how you use that. You see that spotlight to create somewhere probably gradient. It's cool. It's good looking. But like they said, you're right. It should be. I mean, if you talk about like a passion photography, I mean passion image, right? It should be some kind of more probably stuff like mud or yeah.
Right.
But like a product shot, it's cool. It's really good one. You know, by the way, imagine that you put some light inside and a little bit of foggy kind of air, then it will be visible, that light coming from those holes. Like your head exploding inside, you know? It just came to my mind, and it may be a cool shot when you have, like...
What would you use on that? Would you use dry ice?
For this, no. Dry ice probably was too heavy, you know?
Yeah, I'd use...
like a fog machine.
Yeah, or incense. I found that incense sticks put out really good thick smoke.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a fog machine, but they're hard to control, those things.
No, you know, no, I was talking not to like put smoke coming out, just a little bit foggy air, so it will be visible light, you know, the how you call that, the streams.
The hollowness. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you put lights inside, let's say one bulb and put on like maximum power, yeah, light will come out from those. It's holes from all the way to your head, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. Actually, it would be. Are you saying too? And then the beams of light would kind of.
Yes, beams, exactly. Yeah, beams of the light coming from those holes, and it will be visible as beams because it will be a little bit foggy. You know.
Right.
It can be really cool shot you can do, like. Just
I still have it. It's still hanging in my thing because I did it last night, and then I'm like, got it. I'm walking out, and I left it. Yeah. So maybe that's an idea I could try this weekend.
Okay, Jay, and now I know why I missed you. We need to put, next time, let's put not weekly assignment, just a name, because it's already weekly assignment, and we already have here on top what we gonna shoot, kind of little description, so we just need list of the names. It will be much easier to go through, and again, it will add exposure to your name, because we need people to know our names, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So let's go to this shot. That's very cool shot. I like it. Really like it.
Cheers.
Yeah, the how bottle look, especially that maybe it's a little bit darker on the edges, but well, it's great. The only thing I would improve here, the bottom part.
Yep.
You see the reflection. It's hard to separate. Yeah, it's visible where a bottle ends and then the reflection starts, but it could be cool to to make reflection more transparent or much brighter, so it will be like, you will see the end of the bottle more clearly.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I know why, but it probably wasn't possible to get bottle below the label to be same kind of bright. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Right, because it was too thick and from this angle.
Yeah.
But anyway, even like this, it's really good, except that little thing on the reflection.
Okay.
That, yeah.
Get rid of that?
Yeah, it's, I don't know, what is this?
It's where, I think, where you take off the foil.
Yeah, so it's it's real stuff, but if you talk about product shot, we don't need this stuff at all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, maybe, on that label on top, on the neck of the bottle, you see two reflections on both sides of the label, right? It's gold where it's shiny. And the middle is just kind of dim a little bit.
Yeah.
Use reflector. Let's jump to your lighting setup. Yeah, if you put reflector somewhere in front, on top of the camera, in front of this, it can make all of this label to be bright.
Okay, yep.
It's just a little trick which I can use it sometimes.
Sure.
Dave, what do you think?
Great shot. And any man whose passion is alcohol is okay in my book.
That's another reason, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Is there a label on the back of the bottle?
No, I took that off.
Okay. I thought that might be what was making the bottom dark. Might have been blocking it.
No.
Yeah, I like the color. The only thing I could say about this is that label that Alex already pointed out. You know, just a separate shot. You know, yeah, you can reflect it from the front, but even a separate shot and just put it in would be great.
Yeah.
Cool shot.
Okay.
Man. Nice
Cheers.
shot.
Thanks a lot.
So you just used 2 lights on this from the front?
Yeah. 2 soft boxes, and of course backlit from the back as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but
The
just
soft. No, it was a soft box at the back.
Oh,
Okay,
that's the
3
top box we're looking at. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, very kind of simple but very good result. So that's what.
Did you make that
What I
aquarium
like.
yourself?
Yeah, I got the glass cut, and then I just basically glued it together with the silicone, glue stuff.
Oh, okay.
And,
Yeah, that's what I do. Very easy. I mean, it's like you just need to get right size of the pieces of the glass.
yeah, I tried to make the glasses myself, but I kept on breaking it, and I did one before, and it all went wrong. So I got it done professionally, and then did it myself. Try to save a little bit of money, but not too much.
What thickness glass are you guys using?
Sorry?
How thick is the glass you guys are using?
That was 6mm I used anyway. Maybe a bit overkill, but
And you don't want it shattering on you.
no.
That might be cool.
That's
Yeah, I know they can cut the glass in the shop. I mean, like here in Home Depot, you can ask and they can cut the size of glass you need.
Excuse me one second.
Sure.
Yeah. But Alex, in Home Depot, I don't know if you can get, that's 1/4" glass is 6mm.
Yeah, the Home Depot stuff is not. You need plate glass, otherwise you'll get swirls or swirlies in the glass if you're not careful.
Right. Where do you think a good place to get glasses then, Ron?
I go to auto repair stores. Almost all of them will sell replacement window glass, and they'll also sell glass for shelves where I live. So I made myself 2 small aquariums for shooting rock slabs, and I use it's 1/4". It's basically 6mm, and I just had them go down and cut it. And I also had them. They'll do it. At least here they did it for no charge. I have them polish the edge because I don't want the edge to be sharp when it's done.
Right. And
Just
you got that done
just for my fingers.
right. And you got that just in an auto place.
Yeah, that's where I got it. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Most of them are doing work for bathrooms, and they have glass for bathroom shelving and stuff like that.
Oh, that's an idea. Like a home improvement or a more specific home improvement type store, maybe.
So guys, why Home Depot is not good? It's kind of new to me. I was always using Home Depot glass. Why it's not good?
Well, they sell the really thin glass.
Yeah, they sell it. Window glass tends to be a little bit thinner, and window glass is really not always designed to be totally pure. It's designed. It's not unusual to have swirls in the glass.
Oh, swirls.
Because people don't notice it. You just don't see it from a distance when you look out a window. Now, being a photographer, you walk up to the window, you might notice it right away, but not being a photographer, it lets the light in and you still see the outside world okay. I
see now. Yeah, you're right. That's what I kind of noticed. But you see, I never get the idea where to buy the thicker glass. Like you said, plate glass?
Yeah, they call it plate. Plate glass, they sell it for tabletops because they want something that won't shatter the way that window glass. Window glass will shatter into a gazillion pieces and very sharp pieces. Plate glass tends to shatter more into squared edges. And it's designed to be a little bit safety. It's not true safety glass because you have to pay another level for that. Safety glass is a laminate. It's 2 layers of glass, a layer of plastic in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But the plate glass they use it for tabletops. They use it on all your glass shelves are made out of it because the window glass is not strong enough. It breaks too easy on a glass shelf.
Right. Okay. Thank you. That's good to know. That's probably what I will do if I'm gonna do next bigger tank. Okay, Bruno. Kind of funny shot. I read
that's what
that you
was
add
the idea.
that kind of water splash all around. You know, I kind of I like the idea, but first we lost color somehow.
I made it black and white. I made it black and white, no color. I found that the color distracted a little. I tried in black and white, and I like it, so I
yeah, I understand that. It's kind of, but it's just unusual. I never seen kind of the shot on black and white. That's probably the last black and white I've seen it was portraits and some landscaping at long time ago. So that's why I'm saying. Well, that water stuff on the bottom, it's probably a good idea, and I like that kind of almost like a reflection on that big, kind of pond. But all those little guys, drops around, they're a little bit too messy. I know it's.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and well, otherwise, those.
Perhaps I should have waited a bit before taking the shot, so that the water go around.
Or just make manually bigger, bigger drops.
Yeah.
Like with some syringe or something, like several, so it will be. But yeah, that's cool.
The bigger ones I made with my fingers, so. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how many lights you have. If you have the smoke, it would be cool to have some backlight. Again, color it like.
I have the setup on the other image. Not with very good quality, but you have the setup on the other image.
Right. So it was one.
Okay, so and I have a flash on the side, behind the white board.
Yeah, it would be, if you have this kind of smoke, if you add the light from behind, it will create cool effect, because this smoke will start kind of glowing, and again you can add gel to that light, and it will highlight these bodies from other side, which is separated from the background. It's for any subject, not only for this. So backlight is cool. Dave, what do you think? It's
I sort of like the black and white, because when I'm looking at this, it sort of looks like it just doesn't look like water on a piece of plexi. It almost looks like dirt. And then you've got the water that is adding some nice reflections in it. But yeah, I like this shot. I'm into different. This is more sort of my territory than just straight commercial work. So I dig it.
At first, I used only the acrylic with the toys on it, but I found out the shot was kind of boring, because I only have the toys and the reflections, nothing else of it. So that's why I added the water to add some reflection and to add something else. Also the smoke. That's what. So I played around by starting to add stuff to the shot to see how the things worked out, basically.
Yeah, well, like Alex said, also, if you've got smoke, you got to have light on it. So, because I think the smoke could have been a bigger element in this. But yeah, you've got to get a light directly on it. It's the only way you'll see it.
So, I think I need to buy some more flashes then.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't have to be this huge investment either. You can find used sun packs for nothing out there. You'll need something to drive them. But flashes, especially if you're working with speed lights, there's some real, I remember getting 430 EXs. The EX2s are out now that have a little bit more control. But back in the day, I was finding them around for 100, 100 and a quarter. So
Mike Roderick, was it last week, Mike? You said. And I've actually put it on my wish list on Amazon. They're like $37 on Amazon flashes.
Yeah.
I don't know what brand they were.
I forget too, like newer or something like that, but I can post it on the link.
Yeah, and it had 8. What was it? It had like 8 settings of level.
Could you control?
I just want to pick up a few just to play with them.
Could you control the duration of them too?
Yeah, I think it's like 8 steps or maybe 10 steps.
Wow, boy, that's great.
Here, I'll find it real quick here.
Duration or power?
I thought that was power. I don't know if that was duration.
Yeah. It was power. But I mean, that can control the duration.
Wow, you can control duration. It would be really cool if you can control. I see.
Well,
but yeah,
you know, controlling the power is doing the same thing.
Right.
The duration.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. But I just kind of was. Ooh. Okay. So let's. I think Don, you don't have any shot right here. Probably not.
No,
I know
I
you're
didn't.
shooting people. Yeah, you shouldn't. You don't a little bit. Okay, so. Dave, let's jump to yours, or
Yeah, sure. What the heck?
where is your shot?
I'm on the second page.
No, I made it, and now it's all on one page. I didn't like
Okay.
that.
Well, you must. I'm in there. Maybe.
It's
There I am.
too late.
Better late than never.
Yeah, I
Look-
just posted the link.
Look at the second
Yeah, I
column
got it.
from the right. There's all the names, because the second
Oh,
column was who posted
Right,
first.
right. Okay, yeah, it's easier. Yeah. So let's see. Let's make sure next time we'll have names. So Dave, did you get the lighting set up somewhere? No.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm lucky I even got the shot. But to be honest with.
Oops. I think we lost you. I think I don't hear you.
Yeah, I lost him
It's
as well.
really rudimentary. It was shot on a plexi table. Light. You can't hear me?
No, you just came back.
Yeah.
I'm there?
Yes, you're here.
Yep.
Hello?
Yes, we hear.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's a plexi table, light in the back, shooting through the plexi, light underneath, shooting through the plexi, 2 strip boxes left and right, a whole bunch of reflectors in the front bouncing the light back. The left side of the glass was mirrored to the right side of the glass to get symmetry going in the strip boxes. Other than that, it is what it is. Just my little comment about drinking and driving.
Yeah, very cool.
And actually, I took the image on Google Plus and I rotated it 90 degrees clockwise, so the car's sort of level. And I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, very well. What I like in your shots and all your shots, it's pretty strong concept. I need to kind of do the same somehow. Well, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's pretty cool. I don't know about those reflections. Probably, did you try to move them to edges of the glass, or because I mean I can't say that I don't like them because it's probably a very good place. But I'm just wondering, did you kind of play with those? Or?
No, and I probably should have tried to get them closer to the edge. Like I said, I got home from traveling for a whole bunch of days, and I just jumped right into the studio and did it. I still got the setup going. Oh, and here's a question for all you guys, though. How big do you think that is, the glass in the car?
Ooh, I'm thinking Matchbox car size.
That's probably what everybody thinks. Hold on.
It's a big brandy glass, huh?
The car's probably, what, 6 inches?
It's actual size.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
this is the monster.
That's more than-
Holy.
Yeah, the car itself is about a foot long, and the glass is, you know, big enough to hold it. I don't like shooting small things. Depth of field gets all weird. I try to find the largest props I can. So, because I'm not a big depth of field guy. In most of my pictures, you pretty much got sharpness from the front to the back. But if I were to do this with a brandy glass and a Matchbox car, the depth of field would have been tough. Also, you can't really see it on the web, but the car's got this wonderful metallic flake paint on it, which really comes out in the original. So you get bigger things, you get more detail. So yeah.
I like
And also controlling light on stuff like that's that size is also a lot easier too.
I like the tires. When you in the bigger picture of it, the tires were amazing.
Oh yeah.
Little fine detail on the tires.
Eric, let me. Of course, it's going to rip like crazy. This thing is all die cast. It's everything moves. Hood opens, doors open. It's really wide back tires. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a whole subwoofer set up in the back window. The detail, and I've actually got a picture. I've got this yellow one, and I've got a black one also. I've got a picture of the two of them side by side with some really dark lighting going on it. I dare anybody to tell that they weren't real cars. The detail in these things are just amazing.
Yeah, but isn't that liquid bad for the subwoofers?
Yeah, it's probably bad for the whole damn car, to be honest with you. But, I have a tendency of destroying anything I take a picture of eventually. So I've got some good pictures of these things. Ron, I saw your comment on my page about there not being blood. I was actually thinking about it, but there was a point in my photographic career where I was chucking blood on just about anything. If I had a cereal box, I was throwing blood on it. It was sort of like my Clive Barker phase.
Well, it wasn't that. The previous guy's comment made something about it. I hadn't read what you had done. I just saw the picture at first. And because of the colors, I thought maybe it was some kind of a comment about gasoline in the car. And so at first I thought it was supposed to be a comment on gasoline.
Oh, okay.
The guy before me had made some comment about it being drunk driving, and I looked, and that's what you had read. I said, oh, okay, that's what it actually is. And then I just thought I'd just throw it in and just said, well, no, if it was actually if it was a victim crime, he'd added blood to it.
Yeah, that's true. But, with all my work, the title always goes along with it. There's always arguments that pictures should never have words. And, boy, I've had that debate with people for 10 years now, to the point where I just don't do it anymore. If you don't want to put titles on your pictures, great. I do. I want to help. Because some of my ideas are really out there, and people would have to look at them for a long time and sort of get to know me to understand where my warped mind is going. So if I can help you along with a couple words, I'll do it. I thought mixed drink was a pretty cool idea for this one.
Yep. Hey, what do you shoot with, Dave? What kind of equipment do you use? Photo, camera?
I will not say the manufacturer's name ever, because they do nothing to help out photographers.
Okay, then lens, like what?
I shoot only in the studio with a 50 prime and a 100 prime. That's all I use.
And what aperture do you typically?
I think this was shot at like f/16.
Okay, so like you said, depth of field, you're looking for sharpness throughout then.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got some pictures that I actually have something blurred in it, but that doesn't happen too often with me. I don't think I'm that good at it. I've got one picture called Indifference. That's, it's got blood in it. It's a bunch of paintballs in the background with one paintball in the foreground sort of bleeding. It was about, I'd seen a news story sometime or another about some homeless guy that was beat to death in the streets of New York, and people just stood around and watched. So that was, and the one paintball in the front had blood going, and all the group of paintballs in the background were blurred. And it worked well in that situation, but I don't do that often. Yeah, I'm always shooting. People think I'm crazy, but a lot of my pictures, and I'm sure Alex will cringe at this one, a lot of my pictures are shot at f/32.
Oh.
100 mil. Well, it's a Canon 100 millimeter 2.8. It's an incredible lens. I dare anybody to say my pictures aren't sharp.
That's true. I can say, but I never seen full size of f/32 image. I mean,
I've got some hanging on my wall that are 30 by 40, and they're sharp as a tack. I've got my own sort of sharpening thing going on. I sharpen a lot of little steps as opposed to one big step, and it's just unsharp mask. That's all I use. But I'll do set it at oh god, I don't know. I think 25 and then 0.3 on image that I pretty much blow up immediately. I go right up to 25 megapixels, so 16 by 20. and I'll sharpen it 3, 4, 5 times in small increments as opposed to just one big shot.
So
Yeah,
you're
it's
blowing
still-
the images up bigger then? You're increasing the megapixel size then, or what? Or that's
Yeah, you know, in Photoshop, I'm a real technical guy. I convert all my RAWs right in Photoshop. So in Photoshop, you have the option to increase it right at the RAW stage,
Right.
up to 25.4 megapixels, which is the largest they go right at the moment. And that's what I do right into 16-bit at 300 DPI.
And you're doing that just in the camera raw and the import into Photoshop
Yep.
directly.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not.
That's
That's
I
how
don't.
it's supposed to be done in Photoshop, right? Any conversion, because it's the best way so far to convert.
Well, you
images.
know, a lot of people say Lightroom or Aperture or stuff like that, but I don't know. It seems to work better for me just doing it right in Photoshop. And also, I don't make many moves in the RAW when I convert it. I might tweak the contrast and clarity a little bit, but then I'll bring it in any other move I want to make, I do it right within Photoshop itself.
So once
I
you
can
brought it into
imagine-
Photoshop, edit, it's full size then.
Pardon me?
By the time you get into Photoshop to actually do your editing, you've already blown it up then at that point. It's already the size you want it to be.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll even, and when I'm done with it at the 16-bit stage, I might even use Photo Zoom or Genuine Fractal. I like ending up with about a 30 by 40 image. So if I want to make smaller prints, well, that's fine. Downsizing is great. As long as I'm okay with the full-size print, I know I'm not going to go bigger than 30 by 40. Some of my stuff has gone bigger than that. But, you know, you're talking, you know, wall murals or stuff like that where nobody's going to be 5 feet from the image. They're going to be 20, 30 feet from the image. So, yeah, the scariest thing I ever had was I had some of my pictures up on a billboard or two. And, you know, from the road, they look great. You get close-up on those things. Oh, boy. Any little Photoshop error sticks out like a sore thumb.
That's
Okay,
really
I've babbled on enough, sorry.
No, that's fine. I was trying to actually, when I was shooting, remember the jewelry, and I tried to go to f32 or even close. It wasn't good. It wasn't good enough either. On that 100 millimeter, same lens, and actually I like better the 180 millimeters Canon, and I think it's superior than 100.
Well, what I will say is, I have 200 or 300 millimeter. I had one that I shot with for 8 years. And that thing was quite possibly the best lens ever made that Canon produced. I don't know what it was. The stars aligned when it came off of the assembly line, but it busted. As after 8 years, I'm surprised it didn't bust a lot earlier than that. The new one I have isn't as good at the higher number apertures. Like, I really can't shoot that lens at 32. I have to go down to 16, around there.
I see. Well, I can show you what we did today. It's kind of funny. I can't show you almost everything again. It's not ready, but it will be posted, not on my blog. It will be for Scott Kelby Media, but again, I want to show you a little bit of this. So this is how my studio looked like. If you see the shot, that was today. I already cleaned it.
This is in your basement.
Yes, this from inside, and this is from outside. It's how it was. And yeah, the result, well, it's not result, I can show you. Yeah, it was part of that kind of mess. So it was latex stained, and it was a lot of, several gallons of this thing.
So is that just like an iPhone case you've got there, Alex?
Yeah. You'll see the shot. Let's not to talk about this because I don't want to show everything. But yeah, it's a case. Yeah, it's my case which I wear half a day, and then it was glued, and now it's gone. Yeah, like I said, it will be guest post, so I don't want to show everything. It will be a cool kind of thing about composite shots.
Hey, by the way, I posted a link inside the chat here for that flash I said that was like $38 on Amazon, and it's got a flash duration adjustable from an 800th of a second to 2,000th of a second, which I think is what you said, Alex, you need for stopping water, right? 2,000.
Where do you see this?
You see the top left? It says chat.
Click on the chat.
No, I clicked. I already clicked.
Sorry.
I see where it says
Okay.
that.
So scroll down, you'll see product description. It's like the second from the last line of the product description.
Well, it says flash duration. Yeah, it's one of 800 to one of 2,000. It's not either. It's not right or it's not good. If it's right, it's not good. But I hope it's not right description, because one of 2,000, if it's minimal flash duration, it's not enough. On Canon strobes, you can have like one of 30,000 of a second on the minimum power setting.
Wow.
Probably that's what they show. It's close to maximum power.
Okay.
So probably on lower power it should be much shorter, because all the flashes has that kind of I forgot what policy buff is. They have same AG something, I forgot. That kind of trigger which cuts the impulse. That's how all these flashes work, right?
Oh, I see.
I'll test. Here's the flash right here. Here's the 430. I can see it on
Did
the
you get
camera.
one?
Yeah, there's the 430, and there's the one that costs $37. So I'll do some splash test with it, and we'll see if it'll freeze it or not.
Well, also if it doesn't do it with water, get thicker liquids. Thicker liquids move slower. Corn syrup moves. You still can't stop it with just a continuous lighting setup. But at 2,000th of a second, that would stop paint, and that would stop corn syrup for sure. If your equipment can't do it with whatever, figure out what your equipment can do it with.
Yeah, if that don't work, just freeze it.
There you go.
Little liquid nitrogen, you can stop that flash cold.
And
Yes.
Ron, I'm sure you got a bunch of it back in a refrigerator somewhere, man.
No, but I know where you can get it. We have a group here called the Maker Group, and they have a lab downtown. You can go and they do all kinds of strange projects, and they always have a doer of liquid nitrogen around in case someone comes up with something.
Wow, I would love to shoot with that stuff.
Nitrogen?
Oh yeah, I'd freeze everything and break it.
Flowers are really interesting.
Really cool.
Yeah, think of doing stop motion on a frozen rose that you're breaking into a billion pieces, or anything that you can freeze with that stuff and then break. It's awesome. I got to get some of that crap. Of course, I'll end up burning my hands off or something. So.
It's not as dangerous as you think it is. It really isn't.
Really?
I mean, you don't want to put your hand into the liquid, but if you spill it on you, it's gone the instant you spill it on you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. I
mean, your skin is so hot compared to it, it just flashes off. I've used both liquid nitrogen and liquid oxygen. Oxygen is very dangerous. Liquid nitrogen is not. I mean, don't get me wrong. You don't stick your finger down in it.
Oxygen would blow up, wouldn't it? Or catch fire, I mean.
No, it doesn't catch fire or blow up, but it increases combustion like a bat out of hell. So if you have a fire, it makes the fire burn out of control.
Oh, okay. I don't want that.
Just for the hell of it, if you want to see a really funny YouTube, go to YouTube and look for the guy. He's a college professor. He'll take a dewar of liquid oxygen and he'll pour it on charcoal. And he'll do things. He has a little one of those little grills, with a carbon on it, and he pours a gallon paint can of liquid oxygen on top of it, and it just flashes. And when they show the next picture, there's 2 legs left and then a molten hunk of metal down below.
Awesome.
Somebody should take some high-speed video of that or something. That'd be kind of cool.
You're in the right area. It's up in that area. This guy. He's famous for his liquid oxygen experiments. He loves to catch things on fire, then pour liquid oxygen on them. He usually is out there with about a 10-foot pole with it looks like a paint can on the end of it. Then he pours the stuff onto it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of fire marshals who keep an eye on this guy.
Yeah,
the
liquid.
Doing now?
No, but liquid nitrogen doesn't do that at all. Liquid nitrogen you can't burn. All it does is freeze things.
Cool.
Like warts.
Yeah, you use it for that. The other interesting thing is take a balloon and it's fully inflated, and push it into liquid nitrogen. And you'll watch it deflate and turn to a really bizarre shape. And it will shrink down to it looks like it's not even blown up anymore. Then you set it on the table, and very slowly it pops back out, then reinflates itself.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey Alex, when you're doing those shots like the paint shot, do you do anything to protect your camera? Are you putting like glass or something in front of it?
Yeah, if it's too close, yeah, I put the shot. But here I didn't put anything because I was using 180mm lens, and it was, I don't know how many feet, like 5 maybe feet, maybe 4 feet. Okay. And the liquid was very thick. It was latex paint, so it wasn't really blowing out. I mean, it was controllable. But yeah, right. if I have any doubt, yeah, I put, especially if it's paint. If it's water, it's kind of, it's still fine, right? But right. If we got some paint, because it was not really, I mean, we had like 1-to-1 water, maybe a little bit more. So I have almost new paint on my floor now. Because of it was covered, but it was spilling, leaking.
How many shots did you take, Alex? When you want to catch a good splash like that, I mean, I imagine it'll be when you get what you get, but...
Well, we see, because it's kind of composite shot, we not catching exact shape at once. We always look and remember where we get nice splash, and then we move a little bit and splash on different angle to get on different side of subject, and then move again and again and again, and then we cover with from 2 to 3 splashes on each side, kind of perfect looking one. That's we decide that it's kind of ready. So cool. Total splashes can be more than 100, sometimes 300 or so. But like I said, we always check what we get and just make sure that for post-production, it's also post-production, right? So I have Zhenya here, and she always looking.
You always shoot tethered, right?
Yeah, always tethered, yeah. Tethered, 2 monitors. 1 monitor is for person who throw in water, so she or he can see result and can adjust, because it's all with hands, right? It's not like a machine throwing. So very little adjustment and move can make a big difference on the splash. So we need to see every time what we're getting.
Yeah, I've never shot tethered in my life. I tried it once.
Well, because you still shoot splashes. With tethered, it will be easier, really.
Yeah, sometimes I'll even turn the LCD off.
When I did my...
Just to see if I can actually shoot a picture without having to see it.
Well, yeah, it's kind of...
But that's not for splash stuff or anything like that. That's just for straight product shot of some sort or whatever. And believe me, it doesn't stay off for too long. I'll go back to the computer, see that the 10 pictures I just took sucked, and then the LCD will come back on.
Yeah, when I did my book, I had to end up with about 950 final photos, and so I shot 3,000 to 4,000. And the first time through with my old camera, before I got the better camera, I shot about 6,000. And the problem was taking them from the card, putting them into the computer took forever. And then having to look, because then I'd have to shoot 3 pictures, and I'd have to bracket to make certain I had the bracket and to make certain that I had the focus right. And then I had to make notes on the ones the focus was off on or whatever, then go back and reshoot them again. So I started going to tethered, and it's just so cool because you look on the screen, if it's there, it's there. If it's not there, pitch it and just do another one.
Right, exactly. Or you can mark, and in Lightroom, you can just, hit 5 or something as you're going along, and then get rid of all the other ones, and then you can go back through and mark them, unmark them and mark them yet again to narrow them down to the couple.
It's when I have to do a lot. I mean, if I'm the same subject, just trying lots of shots in one subject, I very rarely bother to set up the tether. But if I have to do a whole lot of similar subjects, man, I always use the tether.
Right. You use Lightroom or the Canon
Neither.
Nikon?
I use the Nikon Cool Pro. I'm also there's a free program out now that's it's got a weird name. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's a free program that some guy has written in its public domain. It's available for both Nikon and Canon, but I think it's only Macintosh. And it will tether almost any of the other cameras that are out there and let you use it. And it works pretty well too. If I can find the name of it.
Yeah, I like Lightroom. I remember I was playing with Capture One because it can shoot tethered with Canon, not only Phase 1. But Lightroom is better.
Well, I also the guys where I really use tethered a lot, and when I do my image stacking. And the guys who wrote Helicon Focus now have written a tethering routine for Helicon Focus. So I can do the image stacking, I can do the pictures tethered in their tethered piece of software, and then immediately drop it in Helicon Focus and do a stack of 25 or 30 images to get the depth of field that I need. And it's all tied together, so I'm doing that more than anything else now.
So you're using that basically for focus bracketing and stuff?
Yeah, not so much for desktop work, but when I'm on my microscope. The microscope, there's just no depth of field.
Oh, I see. I see.
So my depth of field is on basically 1/10 of a millimeter. And so I'm taking, to get maybe a full millimeter, I might be taking 30 shots to get across that full millimeter. And so if I want 2 or 3 millimeters, I'm taking 60 shots, 70 shots to be able to get the depth of field that I need.
All right. Guys, I'm thinking, I don't know, Dave, how are you this time? I kind of, maybe we need to talk a little bit about a few shots which were submitted. I kind of see nice shots here, and we didn't cover them.
Yeah, if we could make it quick, I'm fading fast here.
I know. Okay, let's do this. Let me tell you about next assignment.
And I think we still have to talk about Timothy's shot also. He came in sort of late.
Right. You have.
No.
Sorry.
Thanks for teaching me, Dave. I appreciate that.
No problem.
But I didn't actually have time to put together a shot this week.
Oh, you didn't have one up?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
I was okay. Alex didn't either, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was working on one tonight, and I couldn't finish it before the time slot. So, yeah.
Let me see. I mean, let me show you one shot which is kind of interesting. We can a little bit. Maybe one more. Dave, have you seen this?
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of fun and so colorful, and I kind of like it. But then I thought, what is this dark piece of something? And then I read, and it's like for purpose. The guy did reflection of Canon and his face.
Himself, yeah, that's really.
It's kind of cool. He got this laptop, right? Laptop screen to project reflection on that discs and to catch it with camera. It's
yeah,
kind of
I saw that. That I wouldn't have thought of that in a million years.
It's so creative, right? It's so creative to get it. But I don't know. Do you like this Canon? I'm fine with face, but Canon look like.
He should have flipped the picture. Yeah, on the laptop. You know, just inverted it so Canon would actually read correctly.
Yeah. Or and it's still I think it's too dark for the whole camera to be there. You know, this disc with face, maybe with some colors, could be really cool, but Canon is kind of.
You know, I'm often amazed. I'll see a picture that I thought had to be photoshopped because, you know, I couldn't figure out the way it was done, and I'm like, they took it in and they hammered it all around, and I always love being surprised that it was, you know, a bit of ingenuity that you know, fooled me. And I always like that. And, you know, I think that's why I got, I've used more Photoshop for the pictures I've taken for us here in the last 5 weeks than I probably did in the 10 years prior.
It kind of speeds up your process, doesn't it?
Pardon me?
It kind of speeds up your process, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. For me, it's always been about pulling the image up on screen and going, wow, holy shit, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
So when I do my conceptual stuff, I'm still gonna just kill myself in the studio to get what I want. But the things that always got me were the guys who would think of how to do something. I remember seeing somebody had something floating in a cup of coffee, and it was like a boat or something like that. And the coffee had ripples in it and the whole 9 yards, and I'm like, okay, just photoshopped, and they set an overlay on it or whatever. But it was actually a picture that the kid had taken, printed it out at the right perspective to the angle he was going to be shooting at, cut it out perfectly to the size of the coffee cup, and just set it in the cup. And I would have never thought it in a million years. It looks so good, but he actually showed the setup pictures and everything for it, and I was like, you know what? If you've got a really good brain in your head and it isn't too complicated, a camera is a powerful tool, and you can really do anything in it that you put your mind to, with some exception nowadays, of course. But I always like seeing stuff like that. It always makes me sit back and go, okay, you got me.
Yeah, that's good. You know about the print stuff, I know it's very cool technique where sometimes you need to have gradient on the background or somewhere, well, mostly on background, and you can do it with your light. Print. You can print a gradient, put it there, if it's small, relatively small shot, right? And it will
I've got a couple that I did that on. I don't think anything I've uploaded to Google or anything, but I've got this close-up of grains of sand falling. It was actually from an egg timer. I just took them out, and it was just falling. And I wanted this nice yellow to red sort of background in it, but a blur right in the middle. But I wanted it wavy. Mm-hmm. So I figured, well, I can't really do that with light, and at the time I couldn't even begin to think of how to do it in Photoshop. So I did exactly what Alex said. Just created a gradient in Photoshop, waved it in the middle, printed it out, and shoved it behind, and it worked great. It really did. So, yeah, I've got some sky shots of some things in front of like a sky that I just printed out a picture of a sky that I took. That works out really, really well.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's talk about this image a little bit. It's just things which kind of I like, and I see how it can be improved. So it's hard to to meet them. I like the concept, right? It's kind of cool stuff, all those pills and.
Yeah, which sort of scares me a little bit.
Yeah. True.
If we're taking something that we're really passionate about, I really don't know.
Maybe he's future pharmacist,
Yeah.
You work in pharmacy.
Maybe it's a commentary against pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so, or he wants to be the next Pablo Escobar. Who the heck knows?
Yeah.
But cool shot. It almost looks like a shot with a blacklight.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. I somehow first the syringe I almost don't see it because it's so probably too dark and too many stuff around. So syringe is not good there. But Dave, what do you think? What about getting a little bit more white light from the top to hold scene, to especially that front line of but it will kill light coming from underneath. I don't know how what can be done here. I was thinking always about to add light, but again, it will probably kill light from underneath.
There's something about this image that really wants me to break out a blacklight and see how all this would work with it. I did a whole series of images using blacklights and finding out, what sort of worked with them and what didn't work with them, and actually combining.
Black light or black light?
Pardon me?
Black light or backlight?
Black, B-L-A-C-K.
What is it?
It's like an ultraviolet light.
Oh, those black bulbs. I never thought about using them. What it does? Is it like just very, very bluish kind of light?
It actually reacts to
fluorescence. It actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's actual ultraviolet, right? It's not just blue. I see.
There's two kinds: it's short wave and long wave. And the short wave is a little dangerous to work with. The long wave is what you find in the poster stores. And you can buy that with you can buy that anywhere. The short wave, the long wave stuff.
Yeah.
And it reacts with anything that's a whitener. So if you have a white T-shirt, you throw it in the laundry, and then put one of those lights on it, your T-shirt will glow like a bat out of hell. It'll be a blue color, but it'll glow like crazy.
It's a black T-shirt and you have some white lint on it.
Exactly. It shows up like crazy.
Awesome. Yeah. Here.
I just put a link into the chat section of a picture I took, which is a combination of regular light and black light.
I see.
And it adds a great effect. Black light also works really, really well with human beings. Dead skin cells light up like crazy with them. Your teeth glow like they're possessed. They're a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing a whole bunch of pictures with them. This was just one of them. I also thought it was really cool that a samurai sword had China stamped on it when it was very much a Japanese thing. And that's really why I took this picture. I just thought that was funnier than all get out.
That's why it's called blues.
Yeah.
You're sad about that.
It's sad, right? Yeah. Oh man.
In terms of that shot, though, this pill shot, I don't know, Alex. Would you say that maybe he needs to maybe increase either the intensity of all lights or increase his film speed just to get more brightness out of it?
Yeah, probably.
I know I can fix it in Photoshop. You just bring it in and shift the levels a little bit, but it looks a little underexposed to me.
Yeah, what I would do, I would probably add more power from those lights which are behind, under the table, under the glass, right? And add some just white reflector on top of the whole thing. I don't know, maybe it was there, but it will just add stuff, We will see the pills which is white will be really white, not black, because it's too dark.
Yeah.
And probably more light from underneath will kind of add that kind of glow. And like Dave said, if we instead of white reflector on top diffuser, we can add that blue light. It may mix with that light coming from underneath. Maybe really cool.
All of those whites would pop out like crazy if you had black light there.
Like adding saturation, right? Without adding much brightness. It would be cool. Okay, I think we're done for today. Tomorrow I'll be doing Hangout again. I think alone on the... Oh, this shot. Sorry, last one. Okay, last one before it's on. It's just a funny technical shot which I want to kind of show you. It's very cool shot beside the story, but it's a nice shot. I like all the reflection, and with this reflective stuff, it's always very challenging. And what I would do here, go ahead.
It's also telling a story. And that's what I really love about this. It's a couple of buddies getting together, drinking a bunch, and playing dominoes. You don't need any words for this picture, so I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, you're right. Cool shot, but. Sorry, Dave, I will add my...
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Non-emotional, but I can do. If you look at this on the right, broken the cup or jar, how you call it, you see that reflection, right? That's the only thing which I would fix from technical standpoint here. And if you look on this lighting setup, which is pretty cool, using those translucent, probably plastic. Just imagine if we could have the left piece of plastic go up and arcing back to the right one, or vice versa. So it's kind of like a tent.
Right.
It will fix that reflection immediately. So just want to kind of show the way to, it will go...
Why is that? Why is that? Because the light will just wrap around more?
Yeah, you see, this is a gap, as I understand, right?
That might be the actual ceiling.
Yeah, that's probably the ceiling, and the gap is between two...
It's a reflection from the light.
Right. So if you have all top covered with seamlessly, not like just another piece of, because it will be visible, all those barbs, black bars. It should be
one big...
Yeah. Like
you did that with you did that with those cosmetic brushes, I think.
Yes,
where you
exactly.
put a hole on the top and were shooting down, but you had a total tent over it.
Yeah. So
the only other thing I'd suggest is the background. I'm not a fan of light on either edge and dark in the center. It sort of takes the viewer's eye out of the frame. Create a natural natural border with the background color. Make it darker on the edges and lighter in the middle. Or make it even, but yeah, some technical stuff you can fix in this, but good story. It tells us a little bit about Ken and what he likes to do.
Yes.
Drink and play dominoes. Awesome guy. I got to hang out with this guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sad story though if you had read it.
No, I didn't have time to read. Why? What does it say?
Well, I was
Oh,
talking
you
about
heard
him and his wife used to play dominoes, and then I think she died a few years ago.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
They won
Yeah.
the 2 cups in a domino match together. And so,
Okay, now I'm totally bummed.
well, I
Yeah,
mean, that,
I'm sorry.
don't worry about it. You
No,
didn't
no,
read it,
no. I
you wouldn't know it.
that's what images are about. I mean, I'm sorry, Ken. I'm sorry that happened to you, but you got a good image, man. Good image.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's probably will be the last one. Let's.
Okay,
talk
Alex,
about-
what are we doing next week?
Yeah, what about reflective stuff? I kind of get, when I've seen this image first, let's shoot 2 things. Technically challenging, very reflective chrome or any subject you have.
Should I go back to my
Reflect,
watch?
Well, watch maybe like, let's shoot something else. Let's find the kettle or something around it, even harder than watch, because something spherical. So, reflective stuff, right? Reflective subject. It's very hard for any product photographer, for any to shoot something which will reflect the whole thing. And I want to see how we can deal with those reflections, how we can fix it. I can tell you, having this translucent plastic shouldn't be a big problem to fix anything. It's not about lighting or something. It's about reflectors, right? And let's make it not just a subject, but always add the second part of the shot, which they know exactly about. Some story. Let's make it not just plain shot. Always think about it, how not to make it plain shot. Okay?
Yeah, this is a chrome. I took a picture of this. It's called Missing, and there's some pieces of this is a puzzle sphere that is chrome, but the continents are in matte. And
Wow.
I had the
I
United
realized that
States
it was
missing, and I had a drop of blood coming out of it, and
Yeah.
all the extra pieces sort of flowing around the front. This was the hardest, stupid, freaking thing I have ever shot in my life. It's absolutely round. It's absolutely chrome. You've got the little puzzle pieces. Let's see if I can get one off here. That just come off it, and you're trying to hold the detail of those edges. But yeah, you know, we could take a picture of a watch, but do yourself a favor, go out and find something round in chrome. Go and find a chrome sphere and attempt to take a picture of it. And then when you're done seeing your psychiatrist, maybe he'll give you some insight on how to take a good picture of it, because that was maddening.
When I teach my macro class in jewelry, when the student comes up to me and finally says, well, I got all these techniques, what do I do next? I reach into my bag and I have a 3-inch diameter ball bearing.
Yeah.
And I say, just shoot a picture of that, but don't be in the picture.
Yeah. I remember it was funny when I had the master class here, and like 5 or 7, well, it was 7, but 5 people were supposed to bring subjects to shoot, which they just told me it will be watch, it will be perfume bottle, it will be something. Actually, I had that book about this. And the girl brought the perfume bottle. Bottom half is just a glass with liquid in it, and top half, it's half a sphere, completely chrome. And I was like, bam, oops, and I need to shoot it, you know, because like, and we had like, it was seven products in 5 hours. That was cool. I would say. Yeah. So let's do something technically challenging, but like I said, always think about how to make it more emotional. Okay?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Cool. And I promise I will have stuff ready.
Yeah, and I'll do my best also.
Yeah.
And Timothy, you too.
Yeah, I will. I will
Get
do
that
my.
camera out, man.
All right. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Alex.
Yes,
Right.
thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Dave,
Yeah.
you sit back now and enjoy your brandy.
No, I'll stick with the vodka. Yeah.